Let's take seconds for prayers and meditation. Thank you. You may be seated. Apologies, councillors. There's some arrangement being done here at City Hall where we are sitting. Just give us a few minutes. Thank you. Yes, we can now proceed. Yeah, thank you very much, councillors, for that. Apologies. We had to fix some few things with our team this side so that the meeting will go well. I will now invite our city manager, Mr. Musampele, to read the notice of convening this council meeting. Mr. City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to His Worship the Mayor, Deputy Mayor, Whip of Council, collective leadership of this council. These are honorable councillors. Greetings to the members of staff, the deputy city managers, the heads of units who are part of the meeting, colleagues in the secretariat and other offices. Ngibe sengikhuleka kumakhosi asendlunkulu bese ngizobingelela futhi ngokukhethekile amalunga omphakathi abe kanye nathi kulomhlangano ngokuxhakaxhaka bemshini yesimanje manje. And greetings to the members of the media. I greet you all in the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. To all members of the EThekwini Council, in terms of Section 29, subsection 1 of the Local Government Municipal Structures Act number 117 of 1998 as amended, Members are hereby notified that the ordinary EThekwini Municipal Council meeting, which was adjourned on the 31st of March 2025, will now continue on Thursday, the 17th of April 2025 at 10 o'clock through Microsoft Teams to be streamed from Durban City Hall. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mpele, for that. This is a continuation of a council meeting that could not conclude all the matters at the end of March. We made a commitment that in the middle of March we will convene visually so that we conclude our agenda. We are in that meeting. In terms of our order of procedure, we are now on item 5, where we are making official announcements. Council members to note that the convened meeting is a continuation of an ordinary council meeting that was held on the 31st of March 2025 to conclude on the outstanding council business. Council to note that in the approved calendar of meetings, the next ordinary council meeting is scheduled for Thursday, 8 May 2025. However, there are challenges anticipated with the set date, and it might have to be moved. Council members will be advised accordingly. If there are changes of date, as I've indicated that we are experiencing some challenges, but you will be advised. The city wishes all Christians well over the Passover weekend, and further wishes all visitors, tourists, that will be coming to our lovely city, Durban. Enjoy your stay in your lovely city, and we may everyone be safe on the roads. As we are convening through the MS team, councillors, you are all reminded and requested to remember the following: to ensure that you connect in a decent environment with no disturbances to be caused by the surrounding. It also being noted that some of the council matters are of confidential nature. Councillors to be presentable, since this is still a formal council meeting. You are also reminded or expected to raise hands to be recognized when requesting to speak on the item. The team that is assisting me this side will be able to see or notice your hand, then you will be assisted to speak. You are reminded that you are also expected to switch off your video cameras to improve stability of the network. We are requested to connect in the area with a stable network, since some of the technical glitches experienced are not coming from the site of City Hall streaming, but in the areas where individual councillors are connecting. You are requested and reminded to stay connected to the duration, for the duration of the meeting, to maintain quorum. Councillors are kindly requested to complete the attendance register that is posted on the MS team chat. Any councillor experiencing a challenge, we are also requested to contact the team that is assisting us from administration. Those are the announcements, councillors. I don't want to emphasize certain matters, but the issue of connecting in a stable environment where there's network is very much important, so that when you are about to speak, there are no disruption. Those are the official announcements. Councillors will now move to item 7 because there's no speaker's report. On item 6, we'll jump item 6. We'll then move to item 7, which is the applications for leave of absence. The city manager will assist us in that item. Mr. Mpere.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. There are following applications for leave of absence. Councillor Vim Sweli, not available today due to municipal business. Councillor Gupega, not available today due to personal commitments. And Councillor Dean, Councillor Zanibe, indisposed for today. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, City Manager. These are the leaves of absence, councillors, that we have received. Are all the leave of absence agreed? Yes, Councillor Chai. Councillor Mungati, thank you for that. Councillors, if there are no other leave of absence with the addition of Councillor Mungati, are the leave of absence agreed? Yeah, thank you very much for that. We will now move to item 8 on the declaration of interest. If there's anyone, councillors, to declare interest, please do so. Any councillor to declare interest, you may do so now. Yeah, thank you very much. I assume that, Belinda, there is no hand. We will then move, councillors, to... Okay, thank you. Then, item 9, we have dealt with the minutes in our last meeting. There are no matters arising. Item 11 on questions in terms of section 27 of the rules of order, all the questions were done in the last council. We'll then move now to item number 12. Item number 12, these are reports from the executive committee. I will then invite His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Cyril Kaba, to table the first report of the executive committee. Right, before I invite Councillor Kaba, His Worship the Mayor, I see a hand from Councillor Sibusiso Ngcongo. Oh, it's Councillor Kosenhle Madlala and Councillor Mngwango. Those are two hands. Let me start with Councillor Madlala.
for the already adopted application for leave of absence and attendance. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. My apologies for taking you back. Thank you.
Okay, apology accepted, Councillor Mandlala. I understand that visual meeting might cause such problems. I understand. Don't worry. Thank you very much for that. Councillor Mwango.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. And morning, colleagues. I'm on the same issue that is being raised by Councillor Madlala, because earlier you said you will confirm from the whips who is present so that we can see the quorum as well. I want to confirm that we have 3 Action SA councillors, as Councillor Kupega is not available. But Councillor Ahmed Parak is here with me. We're using one device, so you may not see him on online, but he's here with me on my device. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Mwango, for that. It's important for us, for council, to know that councillors who are not appearing in the meeting, but they are connecting or they are sharing device with other councillors. It's important for council to note that. Therefore, it's important to inform us of such issues. Thank you very much, Councillor Mandlala and Councillor Mwango, for that. What I want us to do now, before I invite the Deputy Mayor to present the report of the executive, I want to give whips of parties an opportunity to report on behalf of their caucuses of their parties how many councillors are in attendance. There is a hand from is Kumete. Who's Simo Kumete? No, but I see his hand. Maybe he wanted to raise something different before I take whips of parties. Councillor Kumete. Can you please assist to unmute him? Councillor Kumete, we are trying to unmute you this side. While we are trying to assist Councillor Kumete, a whip of parties, please prepare yourself to report on the number of councillors that are present in the meeting.
Speaker.
Let's check Kumete first before we invite you, Councillor Chaincha. Are we able to unmute him? No, not Kumete. Where's Kumete? Councillor Kumete, your hand is up. Let me check your hand before I take Councillor Kumete. We're trying to unmute him. Let's unmute Councillor Kumete. Councillor Kumete. Is Councillor Kumete unmuted? Yeah. Okay. Councillor Kumete, you are unmuted. I can see this side, please. speak? Right. I'm not sure whether the problem is on our side or on your side, councillors. Councillor Komete could not speak. Councillor Nkomeni could not also address council. Maybe let me request my team this side to check and confirm whether the problem is with us or maybe with the gadgets from councillors. Can we confirm that this side we are fine? Everything is in order on our side. Yeah, Councillor Kambole, your hand is up. Let me invite you.
No, thank you, Speaker. Greetings, councillors. I wanted Speaker to report on behalf of the EFF that we are currently having 18 councillors.
Let me have the screen, please.
Others
Can you
are
display the
still.
screen? Councillor
Others are
Kambole, just give me a few seconds so that I record those numbers. You can come again, Councillor Kambole. Apologies.
Yes, thank you, Speaker. No, I wanted to report that we are having 2 leave of absence, of which is 3 leave of absence. Councillor Zanibe, Councillor N. Vilagazi, and the Councillor N. Mkize. So others are still trying to log in. Thank you.
How many are present now?
18.
18 have connected. Thank you. Let's just follow the list as it appears in our screens so that we are orderly. Let's start with the ANC. Just give us the number. Okay, let's move to the Democratic Alliance. Okay.
Good morning, Speaker, and good morning to all members of council. We are currently sitting at 53. Thank you.
Thank you. Whip of the Democratic Alliance, we are 53. EFF has already confirmed. IFP. The hand of Councillor Shang is up. Let's unmute. Councillor Shang. Whip.
Greetings, councillors and Speaker, and Mabme. Can you please, Tomlo Musnieze, just a 2 minutes? We just wanted to confirm the ones that are sitting with others. Then I will give you the number in a moment.
Yeah, thank you for that, Councillor Shang. IFP.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, bengithi njengoba ngiphakamisa bengicelile ukuthi ku-unmute u-Deputy Whip we-IFP Caucus uKhansela uGwala uyena ozokhuluma on behalf of the IFP for today.
Thank you very much, Councillor Chai. Let's do that. Councillor Kwala, you will be unmuted soon. Please raise your hand, Councillor Kwala, so that you'll be assisted quickly. Just raise your hand. The team this side will unmute you. While we are trying to assist Councillor Kwala, Action SA has already reported. APC. Let's move to ACC. Once the APC, they are ready, they will indicate, then we'll unmute them. ACC. Councillor Side.
ACC
Right, we are getting a message from councillor side that there are 2 from the meeting chart. It means the confirmed number is 2. Thank you, councillor side, for that. DLC? No. There's ACTP first. ACTP? We can use councillors the meeting chart. It is quicker. To those who can also respond through the meeting chart, please do so, as other political parties have done. If you are struggling to speak in your gadget, you can just type on the meeting chart responding to the question to give us the numbers. Thank you. ACTP? ACTP, there's no one. Okay. We are getting a response from the chart. NFP is 1. AIC is 1. Can you please record that? Freedom Front Plus 1. Freedom Front Plus 1. Right. The ATM is giving us an indication that they're struggling with their microphone. If we are sure this side that there are no technical problem, it means Councillor Nkomeni should maybe find a better location where there's network. PFP 1. PFP 1. TA 1. TA 1. Let's record that. UIM 1. ATEC 1. Right. APF.
Chair.
Yes. You can speak. Councillor Bucheles from?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Councillor Bucheles, how many? You are here. 1. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, present in the
HM.
meeting.
Thank you. HM. HM 1 confirmed. Al-Jama. Kahleni hayi. Amute Councillor Bucheles, vale microphone. Babu Bucheles. Mawuqeda ukukhuluma ungakhohlwa ukuyivale microphone. Uze singezwa ezinye indaba engadingeki ku-council. Al-Jama.
Speaker.
Yes.
Sorry, Speaker.
Balo Mbonambi.
Councillor Mbonambi is present at the City Hall. I'm having a problem with my laptop.
Okay. We are waiting Councillor Kwala to report on your behalf. Kodwa ke ngiyabonga ukuthi usho khona wena. Now, Councillor Kwala, colleagues, my team, have you unmuted Councillor Kwala? Don't forget, so that they can report. Right. JEP. JEP.
JEP 1.
1. Thank you.
Yes.
Al-Jama, yes, I'm told that they've submitted the leave of absence. It means there's no one from Al-Jama. We are now on MF. Yeah, okay, there are changes on the ACC. There are now 2. Mosa is also present. 1. Mosa is present. Let's record Mosa. MF. MF, please unmute yourself.
Present.
Present.
Present. Thank you very much. Now we P. Huh? It's PFP first. Before PRM is PFP. Okay, they submitted here. Now PRM, Councillor Msweli, are you present? Back. Okay, thank you. Councillor Msweli is on leave. TA is reported, UIM is reported, Freedom Front Plus, but reported?
Yes.
Freedom Front Plus, but reported. Now, let's go back. Let's go back to the TLC. TLC is also reported that one. Let's report that TLC. Let's update there on TLC. Right. Now, APC. They've updated. APC. Right, APC. Okay. IFP, Council Kuala.
His hand is up, Council Somlo.
Okay, that's fine. Let's try to unmute him this side. Nyambono Kuala.
He's gonna use my one, Somlo. Somlo.
Yes, Council Kuala.
Greetings to you and the council. IFPU 15 1 month.
Yeah, thank you for that. IFP 15. Let's record that. ANC, are you ready?
Yes, Samlom.
Right.
We are 82. 3 is with Umadala. 4 is with Council Ushinga. And present it's 75. Then 06 is struggling with connection. I will indicate when they come in. Samlom.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. You will keep us updated as there are changes in your number of councillors that are connected. Right, we have one independent councillor, Mr. Akash. Councillor Akas, are you present?
Present, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can we double check that all political parties have responded? If we are sure of that, let's add the numbers and confirm whether we have quorum or not. Is it any number? Okay, sure. Yeah, Councillor Msweli from PRM is saying he is part of the meeting, but is struggling with his gadget to respond. We have to record that Secretariat. This is PRM. PRM1 is part of the meeting. Councillors, we have carefully added the numbers. We are 190. It means a council meeting do meet quorum. We can safely proceed. I will invite the Deputy Mayor to present the first, or to table the report of the first of the Executive Committee. Councillor Mieni, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Honorable Somlomo. Greetings to yourself, Whip of Council, CM Amakosi Asendlunkulu, Nabasbugele on our socials. Allow me to present the first report of the Executive Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. City Manager will present the item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The first report of the Executive Committee is from their meetings which were held on the 18th of the 2nd, 2025, 25th of the 2nd, 2025, 27th of the 2nd, 2025. Item number 1 is the report of the Security and Emergency Services Committee from their meeting which was held on the 12th of the 2nd, 2025. Item 1.1. Request for authority to enter into mutual aid agreements with neighboring municipalities that request fire and emergency services assistance from EThekwini Municipality. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mpele. I've got 3 speakers on this item. Councillor Mwango, he wants to propose an amendment. I want to invite Councillor Mwango to make that proposal before I invite other speakers. Councillor Mwango, please raise your hand. You will be unmuted so that you can address Council.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The proposal, if you read the recommendation 1.1.1.1, at the end of that paragraph, we are proposing that we add a line that said, set the rates on the agreement. So basically, we are saying the rates which are going to be agreed to must be part of the agreement. So it must be clear from this recommendation That's all you're asking, Honorable Speaker.
That is page 7 on the first recommendation, item 1.1.1. Is that correct, Councillor Mnganga?
Yes.
Okay. We are just adding after the EThekwini Municipality, we are just adding a sentence that set the rate on the agreement.
Yes, on this agreement.
Set the rate on this agreement. Yeah, thank you, Councillor Mnganga. Councillors, this is a proposal for the amendment of the recommendation. Is the amendment agreed?
Agreed.
Okay. There's a hand before I take hands. There's a hand from Councillor Madlala.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think we have two choices. One is to outrightly reject the proposal from Councillor Mnganga as redundant, because if you read the recommendation 1.1.2, it clearly sets out that the mutual agreement for council is to agree that a mutual agreement needs to be in place. And then the terms of that mutual agreement will then be set as the agreement is prepared, and legal and compliance is then is mandated to go and set those terms. And therefore, for council to set one is redundant and risks overreaching the powers that council has. It's enough that council is agreeing that there should be an agreement, and it should end there, and it should then support the fact that our legal and compliance is then going to go and prepare that and set all the agreements. Then Councillor Mnganga can make it as a comment that maybe when legal is setting that there should be this and there should be that, just as a comment, but it cannot be what we are resolving on, because if we resolve on one condition, what about the other conditions that are going to be set in the agreement as per 1.1.2? And therefore, we, as the ANC, want to reject that. We were a bit ambivalent on whether to ask for legal opinion or to reject it, but we were advised to reject it outright. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Mandlala. There is a proposal Councillor has made by Councillor Mnganga. Yes, the ANC, they've expressed their views, but let's be procedural to get the view of Council whether the proposed amendment is supported or not. I will need to have a screen so that it's properly recorded. Let me have a screen.
Speaker,
yes.
Can I motivate first?
Okay. Yes, Councillor Mnganga, you can do that. I thought maybe you were covered. Apologies.
No thanks.
Point of order,
Speaker was now debating
I
motivate.
Okay, Councillor Cavender, you are raising a point of order.
Yes, because I was trying to get your attention. Can you please get Secretariat to unmute Councillor Tabani Mtetwa? We've been trying for a while. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. We will address it. Councillor Tabani Mtetwa. Secretary, please assist to unmute him. Apologies, Councillor Mnganga, you can motivate.
Yeah, thanks, Honourable Speaker. I wasn't actually saying we need to put the amounts. That's not our job as council. All I'm saying is maybe it's how I put the wording, but bottom line is to avoid any future dispute with these municipalities. It makes sense that our recommendation clearly state that at the signing of the agreement, there should be a set rates agreed to. I hear what Madara is saying, but it's just semantic and it doesn't talk to what I'm referring to. I don't know why it's so difficult, other speaker, to accept that we just put a line that says at the signing of this agreement, they must able to sign and agree to in terms of the tariffs that will be charged. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking that we put tariffs and numbers here. That's not our. It's correct, Madala. It's not our job. But I just want to put emphasis that when they sign, but maybe legal can advise. But all I'm asking is that we just put a line. I don't think it's a transmesh to put a line that really recommend to say when we sign the agreement, they must be set tariffs so that in future we don't find any disputes from this municipality. That's all I'm asking, Honourable Speaker.
Okay, thanks. In your motivation, you have also highlighted that we can decide to invite legal to guide council on what you are trying to advance, Councillor Mwango, and what is contained on recommendation 1.1.2, as Councillor Madlala has alluded. I will then invite head legal, Mr. Mhlongo, to assist us so that before I take a decision to take the matter to a vote, maybe let's allow legal to give their understanding of whether what is being raised by Councillor Mwango as what is being raised by Councillor Madlala is not covered in both recommendations before we divide the House. Head legal?
Speaker,
Yes, Councillor
Speaker,
Janjal?
my hand was up.
Your hand is up.
Speaker, it's
Apologies.
Councillor Mieni.
Oh, Councillor Mieni?
Thank you, Somlomo. I'm sorry to interject, Ulikas. I think maybe we need to use our vernacular so that this recommendation will be clear. Our colleagues, they know ukuthi ama mutual aid agreement ayabuya eze kwi-council for endorsement. Lokhu okushiwo umhlonishwa ukhansela uMnqwango, uma ngabe isibuya iza kwi-council for endorsement, uma kukhona ezinye izinto that we feel ukuthi azikho, that will be an opportunity ukuthi siyifake, because it's clear laphaya ukuthi this mutual agreement is not like ukuthi after it has been signed uCM izobe isiphelela lapho, but izobuya for the council approval. Thank you, Somlo.
Thank you, Mr. Mhlongo.
Thank you, Babu Speaker. Resolution or recommendation 1.1.2 is clear that the mutual aid agreement will set out the terms and conditions. And our terms and conditions include a consideration for the service that would be rendered to a neighboring municipality. And when I say consideration, I mean what are we going to get in return, because we would not be giving away our assets or our services that belong to this municipality for free. And it may be a term of agreement that we do not charge the neighboring municipality rands and cents. Maybe they are going to give us another service in return to compensate us. So the issue of tariffs may very well fall away during the negotiations of what would constitute a consideration that we get in return. So I think rather than confining ourselves by way of resolution to set tariffs, let's allow the space to negotiate between the municipalities what would be the aid that would be required and what would EThekwini be getting in return, and then bring that to the council for final approval, rather than confining ourselves to saying there should be a set tariff that should be applied, which may very well be not an issue when the negotiations unfold, which we cannot speculate ukuthi azohamba kanjani. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Mhlongo, for that guidance and deep interpretation of recommendation 1.1.2. It is clear that, as per the guidance from legal, the issue raised by Councillor Mwango is not necessary to be reflected in the recommendations, because the municipality will engage these neighboring municipalities on the agreement. Then the agreement will still come back to council with recommendations. Therefore, we are going to rule that the matter will not be taken to a vote. As let me finish the ruling. As the matter has been already debated and we have guided, I do feel that it is proper to allow the process to continue as it is. Then we wait the report to come back to council. All the proposal being made will be accommodated at that time, including the proposal made by Councillor Mwango. Councillor Mwango?
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I think because I asked the legal opinion, it shouldn't be you deciding how we move on the matter. But with the opinion from legal, I'm happy to withdraw my motion, my amendment, because I'm the one who must withdraw the amendment, not you, Speaker. Because if I want to proceed, I can proceed. But it's clear what legal is saying to me and to us as council. So I'm happy to withdraw the amendment.
Yeah, thank you. But we have to be reminded of the rules, because what you are saying, Mwango, is misleading and is not correct. Any opinion from legal is given to the speaker or to council, not to any individual council. The intention is to assist the speaker to make informed and proper decisions or ruling. Legal opinion are given to the speaker of council, not to an individual councillor. Whether it has been requested by yourself, but the speaker who must make the ruling, refer to the rules so that you don't mislead council and members of the public. You are incorrect. Thank you. Councillor Kwala, your hand is up. Councillor Kwala? Can you please unmute Councillor Kwala? Yeah, Councillor Kwala, you are unmuted this side. Please unmute yourself.
Thanks, Somlom. Bengifisa double check hala with regards to my recommendation item page 7 1.1.2. Are we correct by saying that where the city manager decides, or we're supposed to say where the EThekwini Municipality decides? Just to check level.
Yeah, Councillor Kwala, ungibambe inkunzi manje ngoba excuse me, ngoba awukho la wena kwi-list yama speakers kule item. Yeah, ukuba kuthiwa ubufuna ukuyiquestiona le matter equestionayo, bekumele ube speaker, we agree we submit kahle kwi council. Kodwa ke angifuni ukuthi sivule i-debate ukuthi umbuzo wakho sithi mawuphendulwe, ngoba i-report ye-executive njengoba ibekiwe ukuthi ama-council afuna ukwenza ama-submissions, enza ama-submissions, then council approve or disapprove the report. Let's go back to the substantive item. Councillor Z. Solomon, DA, you're the first speaker.
Hello?
Yeah, Councillor Nkameng, please mute your microphone. The microphone yakho ivuliwe, Councillor, please mute your microphone. Councillor Solomon, please raise your hand so that you'll be unmuted this side. Councillor Solomon? Councillor Kavenda, is Councillor Solomon part of the meeting? Can you please, she must raise her hand so that you can be unmuted.
Thank you, Chair. She is aware of that, and I see that she is still muted. Please, can you allow her at least 5 to 10 seconds to get this right? Thank you.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll move now to Councillor Mwango. Councillor Mwango, beside the proposed amendment, do you want to engage or debate the item?
No, Honourable Speaker, my engagement was around the amendment, so I'm fine.
Thank you very much, Councillor Mwango, for that. I don't want to be unfair to Councillor Solomon because she is part of the meeting. Maybe she's facing some challenges. Unfortunately, we are delaying because of the nature of how the meeting has been convened. Virtual platform do have these challenges where councillors are struggling to unmute. Councillor Solomon.
Speaker, from my side, I can still see that her device is still muted.
Yeah, the procedure here, Councillor Kavenda, as we have said in our announcement, a councillor who wants to speak, you raise your hand in the gadget, the team decide unmute you. Then once you are unmuted, you will then expected to unmute yourself so that you'll be able to speak, councillor. I can confirm that we have not seen her hand this side. She must raise her hand so that we can assist her. Councillor Solomon? Please raise your hand. Let me move to the next speaker, Councillor ZP Mieni. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Somlomo. We welcome the report because we all know that historically we have been providing this service on request with other sister municipalities. What we are requesting is that the council is requested to approve so that the CM will formalize through the formal mutual aid agreement so that we'll eliminate some of the challenges that occur due to the fact that we don't have a formal agreement currently. So we support the item, Somlomo. I thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Mieni. Councillor Solomon, are you ready to speak? Yeah, Councillor Solomon, unfortunately, I have to continue with the meeting because I think we've given you sufficient chance to raise your hand, because the problem here, you are not raising your hand so that you can be unmuted. Yes, you are part of the meeting, but you have to raise your hand because you can't speak. Even if you try to unmute yourself that side, you won't be able to do that. You have to be unmuted by us before you unmute yourself. Apologies for that. I have to proceed with the meeting. The councillors, are the recommendations on page 7 agreed?
Agreed.
Thank you very much, City Manager. Next item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The next item is item 1.2, request to convert existing Durban Metropolitan Police Service Academy. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much. I have 3 speakers on the item. The first speaker is from Action SA, Councillor Mngwango, the second speaker from DLC, Councillor Pillay, the third and the last speaker is from NFP, Councillor ZP Mieni, in that order. Councillor Mngwango, you are the first speaker.
Somlomo.
Yes,
Somlomo.
who's that?
Ukhansela ukhambula uxolo nje Somlomo ukulokhuza angizile ngama speakers. Can i-team yakho i-unmute uKhansela Mvubu? He's been trying to raise his hand for quite some time. Bangathi bakam-unmute. Thank you.
Councillor Mvubu, yes. Councillor Mvubu, I'm getting an indication that already you have been unmuted. Please unmute yourself. The team is saying already you have been unmuted. Please, can you unmute yourself and see whether you still have a problem? Councillor Mngwango?
Yeah, thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, it would be nice to have a state-of-art facility. However, it can't be done at the expense of those who should be trained. You proposing that we take away a salary of 17,000 to these individuals, splitting it where they get only 7,000, and then you give 10,000 to a service provider. Why it can't be done by the municipality? I cannot understand if councillors here who says they represent the poor and the marginalized South Africans can come here and support a clear exploitation of our people. As Action SA, we can never support any recommendation that seek to exploit our people. Our municipality need to put systems in place where we can able to have this state-of-art facility and able to train officers within our own means. Why outsource the service to an external service provider? We can't support this recommendation because we are exploiting our people, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Mngwango. Councillor Pillay, DLC.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The DLC welcomes this initiative of upgrading and converting the Durban Metropolis Services Training Academy into the state-of-the-art facility. It is very important and necessary, Mr. Speaker, for the city to modernize the training of our Metro Police officers in keeping with the modern technology that is so prevalent for them to carry out their duties in this ever-changing world. Just as criminals are advancing their techniques, so must our enforcement agencies do so as well. The DLC supports this recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Mieni.
Thank you, Somlomo. We have more than 1,000 authorized officers that need to do an upgrading conversion with the municipal police office course. This course is now going to be a 3-year with a 1-year compulsory done in-house, and there are only one college accredited to offer this course. And currently it is available in Pretoria. And it will bankrupt the municipality to transport all the authorized officers to do the mandatory course in Pretoria. And kubalekile Somlomo ukuthi silveze iqiniso lokuthi currently we are indeed working towards implementing this with the national regulations, because we all know that Metro is under the South African Police Act. And it also going to assist us in order to make sure that the services that are currently used with Metro, which are found in other academies, will be in-house. And it's very important to understand that no one is going to be exploited here. We are talking about our students here as a municipality that we are indeed currently funding. And it's important when we're talking about the issue of getting resources within our municipality, be conscious of the fact that some of the people, they want to grandstand. When we talk about tariffs, they are the first one to alarm on those issues. But it's important, as Somlomo, when we debate such issues, and also do research so that we'll look at other best practices that other municipalities are using before maybe we can use words like we are trying to exploit people. So the item Somlomo is indeed accepted and it's long overdue to be implemented in our municipality. We thank you, Somlomo.
Yeah, thank you very much, Councillor Mieni. Councillors, are the recommendations on page 9 agreed?
No.
Great.
Agreed.
Let me have the screen, please. Let's quickly start from the top. You will just indicate whether you're in support or you are against or you abstain so that we properly record your votes. ANC?
Support.
ANC support in the chat, we can see. DA?
We'll support, Chair.
Thank you. EFF?
Support.
IFP? Councillor Kwala? IFP?
We support.
Thank you. Eshines A?
Against.
APC?
Support.
ACC? Councillor Nkomeni, please, ngicela uvale microphone. Umkomeni. I-meeting ngempela iphazamisa kade microphone yakho ivuliwe. Ngiyacela ukuthi uvale microphone. Councillor Buthelezi. I-microphone yakho ivule i-meeting iqala namanje savaliwe ngakukhuza eqaleni. Maniqhubeka nongawavali ama-microphone, you'll be kicked out from the meeting. Because we are in breach of the code of conduct. We are disrupting council proceedings. That is not acceptable. If you continue to be destructive, you'll be kicked out from the meeting. Councillor Nkomeni and Councillor Buthelezi, you are being warned. APC?
Support.
ACC? Support in the church. ACTP? Support, we are getting the message from the church. AIC? DLC?
DLC supports, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
ADEC? ADEC? ATM?
Support.
Al-Jama? On leave. JP?
JP support.
KZNI? Thelezi, vula microphone. Sekumele uyivule ke manje ngokusemthethweni. Uvote. MF?
Support.
Mosa? NFP?
NFP support Somlomo, thank you.
PFP? PRM? Babu Msweli?
PRM support.
TM?
PA in support.
UIM? Support in the chart. Freedom Front Plus? Support. The Independent Councillor? Support. Now, who have not voted? Secretariat? I think it's SATP and ATEC.
TA supports.
Speaker, ACDP support.
Yeah, thank you for that.
It's
Attack.
already recorded.
Attack.
It's supported.
Attack is supported. No, they have not voted. Attack.
ETA supported.
Yeah, no, we have recorded the vote from TA.
No, wait for it.
Yeah, let's record that vote, please. Yeah, Mosa, you want to vote?
Most are supported.
Your hand is up. But we have recorded your votes in the chart.
Most are supported. So it's
Yeah, UIM have not voted. Thank you very much. We are receiving your vote on the meeting chart. UIM support. KZNI, you have not voted. PFP, you have not voted. Only two of you. AIC, yes, yeah, three. AIC, right. We are going to add numbers excluding these three parties because they are not responding. Can we give you the last chance, councillors? AIC, KZNI, PFP, thank you for responding on the meeting chart. Your support is only two now.
Okay, ZI.
Who's that?
KNZI.
Support.
APF support.
Support.
Okay, thank you. Who's another one who was speaking?
Support.
AIC.
No, we want AIC. We want AIC. AIC now. All parties have voted.
APF support.
Yeah, APF is supporting on the chart. Let's correct that APF is part of the meeting. One law. Right, Councillor Ngugane, your hand is up from AIC. You can speak. Councillor Ngugane. Microphone yakhe nivuyile ngapha. Yeah, your microphone is unmuted. Councillor Ngugane, you can speak. Right, unfortunately, we have to move because we have to manage time at the same time. We can't dwell on one item, councillors. We have now voted and allowed everyone a fair chance to confirm their votes. Now, only AIC have not voted. Their hand is up. They have been unmuted. Unfortunately, they can't address council.
They responded, Somlomo, on the chat.
They are responded. Yes. Let me check the chart.
Fellow Speaker,
I can
AIC support.
I can confirm the chart, the AIC support. Thank you for that. Let's add the numbers, Secretariat.
Because I never why they validate my camp.
Right, thank you very much. Those who are in support of the item, councillors, the number is 188. Those who voted against, the number is 3. Those who abstain, the number is 0. Therefore, all the recommendations will be carried through. Thank you, councillors, for that. The city manager will now read the next item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The next item is on page 10, is the report of the Economic Development and Planning Committee from their meeting, which was held on the 13th of the 2nd, 2025. Item 2.1, application in terms of EThekwini Municipality's planning and land use management second amendment bylaw of 2021, notice number 95 of 2021, for the amendment of the EThekwini Municipal Land Use Scheme, Central Sub-Scheme, by the inclusion of an additional control in the development facilitation table of the zone, Special Zone 31, Randall's Medical Precinct, for remainder of portion 13 of F711 Brickfield, situated at 468 Randall's Road, by increasing the floor area ratio from 3.0 to 4.5. Committee recommends.
Thank you, City Manager. There are no speakers on this item. Can I confirm that, Belinda? We don't have speakers on this item. Yes, item 10.2.1. But why about to leave? Okay. There's one speaker here. Is Councillor from the Democratic Alliance, Councillor Tipo. Please raise your hand, Councillor Tipo. You will be unmuted and you'll be expected to unmute yourself and address Council. Please raise your hand. Yeah, you can speak now.
Good morning, Honourable Speaker, honourable members of the Council. Hope you're well this morning. Honourable Speaker, the Democratic Alliance has conducted extensive oversight of this particular property, and we have looked at some of the issues arising out of this particular development. It is interesting to note, Honourable Speaker, that despite the limitations that have been placed on the developer, there seems to be full-scale construction happening there. In fact, Mr. Speaker, not only has this development encroached into the road reserve, but there is a massive excavation that is approximately 20 meters deep. Municipal infrastructure in terms of 3 mini substations, or a mini substation has fallen inside this excavation more than 3 times already, cutting off power supply to the residents in the area. And apart from that, this past weekend, there was actually a fire on this construction site. It is clear that the developers, despite putting in this application, have not waited for the actual approval to be granted by the EThekwini Municipality, and that the floor area ratio is certainly encroaching on very, very limited road reserve in that area. Whereas we understand that we need more hospitals and we need more hospital beds within EThekwini, Mr. Speaker, this certainly raises a very pertinent question. Where has the Building Inspectorate and where has the Town Planning Department and the Land Use Department been in this whole saga? Why has Building Inspectorate not even taken a drive past this property and issued the necessary contravention notices to make sure that these kind of developments do not take place before this Honourable Council actually gives approval for these? Mr. Speaker, we are not rubber stamps as councillors. We take the time to actually go out there and take a look at these developments in our own oversights. As councillors, we are expected to make these decisions. They are therefore placed on an agenda, and it's simply not good enough that our legislative arm of the municipality is not acting fast enough against developers across the city, I might add, who disregard these kind of bylaws and simply carry on as they see fit. The amenity of communities is being destroyed. as developers just continue to develop and develop, often without approvals. And this precinct over here, whereas it might be good for the municipality in terms of rates and taxes in the long run, it certainly needs investigation in terms of what is being built there, how it's being built, why there are fires breaking out there, why our substations are falling down into the excavations. And it also raises the question, I might add, Mr. Speaker, why have we not heard back from the city manager's office when we have asked for a forensic investigation into both the building inspectorate and the town planning department? Because it is those two departments who are out there to legislate these kind of applications that we see on the agenda today. Mr. Speaker, I won't belabor the point, but I think that we can all agree that we are here now to make a decision on this, yet on site, any decision that we will make has already been disregarded, and the developers are well on their way to building what they deem fit. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Councillor Tipo. Councillors, are the recommendation agreed?
No.
Agreed, Somlom.
Let's record. Let's have the screen. Let's have the screen. I've heard that the Democratic Alliance, they are not in support, so that we are procedural councillors. Your votes have to be recorded. ANC?
Agrees.
Democratic Alliance?
Against.
EFF?
EFF agrees.
IFP?
Agreed.
Action SA?
Abstain.
APC?
Agreed.
ACTP?
Support, leader.
AIC? ACC? DLC?
DLC agree, Mr. Speaker.
AP ADEC?
Support.
ACC support, thank you. ADEC? ATM?
Support.
Al-Jama, they are on leave.
AIC support, Speaker.
AIC support, thank you. JEP, Uno.
JP support.
KZNI,
Support.
MF,
Support.
MOSA, PFP, PPF, PRM,
APF support.
APF support,
I'm abstaining.
right, PPF, PFP, you've not voted.
I support.
Who's that?
KZI.
Okay, PFP. Now we're waiting for PFP, PRM. Mr. Msweli, have you voted?
Right.
Abstain, Speaker.
Abstain. TA? TA?
TA and support.
TA support. Right. UIM?
Abstain.
Yeah, UIM abstain. Freedom Front Plus?
Abstain as well.
Abstain. The independent councillor?
Support.
Thank you, is in support. Let's go back to, okay, I jump NFP, eh? Yeah, NFP, thank you. We're getting the message from the meeting chart. Let's go, more support from the chart. Let's record that. Who's else? PRM has voted.
Mr. Speaker, DLC supports.
Yeah, DLC support. PRM abstained. Babu Msoilu voted. Right. ATEC, you have not voted. ATEC. Right. Before we add the numbers, councillors, I'm giving you the last chance to vote. ATEC. No, they voted, yeah. Freedom Front Plus, abstain. Abstain, please record that. Results, yeah. Can you confirm votes from the meeting chart so that they're not mislocated? ATEC, you have not voted, and it looked like it's you alone. Yeah, PFP have voted. I doubt whether ATEC is part of the meeting. They are not responding. They are not responding. We need to, Secretariat, we need to check and verify whether they are part of the meeting. ATEC, yeah. Secretariat, let's.
PFP supports. PFP supports.
Yeah, ATEC has not responded. Yeah. Votes that you are receiving from the church secretariat, make sure that those votes are properly recorded from the meeting church. Yeah, thank you very much. We have now added the numbers. Those who are in support, the number is 182. Those who voted against, the number is 53. Those who abstain, the number is 6. It means, councillors, the recommendations on page 13 of this item, no, not page 13, The recommendations are on page 11. Page 11, yeah, page 11 to 12 all those recommendations, councillors, will be carried through. They've been supported by the majority. Thank you very much, City Manager. Let's move to the next item, page 13, item 3, I assume.
Page 13, Honorable Speaker, item 3 is the report of the Governance and Human Resources Committee from their meeting which was held on the 14th of the 2nd, 2025. Item 3.1, naming of street in Ward 58 covering Salter Estate. Committee recommends.
Yeah, councillors, no speakers on the item. Are the recommendation agreed?
Agreed.
Thank you very much, City Manager. Next item.
Item 3.2, naming of streets in Ward 110 covering Brickworks Development. Committee recommends.
Are the recommendation agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
Thank you. Next item, City Manager.
Item 3.3, approval of Rules of Order Bylaw 2024 amendments. Committee recommends.
There is a proposal from Councillor Anipen to refer back the item to the committee. Let's allow Councillor Anipen to make the proposal. Councillor Anipen, please raise your hand. You will be unmuted from this side. Councillor Anipen, you are unmuted. You can unmute yourself and address council.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning to you and the leadership and councillors. The IFP initially wanted to refer this back to committee so that caucuses could have a better understanding to the changes on the bylaws, and we were wanting to know whether we were wanting to propose rather for this to go back to committee so that we can have the different role players address the changes directly to caucuses to understand what these changes are and how they affect the rules of order bylaw. So that's our proposal, Chairperson, so we can get further elucidation and interrogate it as caucuses.
Thank you very much, Councillor Anipen, for the proposal. Councillors, is the reference back supported from Councillor Anipen?
Supported.
Supported.
The reference back is supported. Thank you very much. For that, thank you, councillors. The item on page 14, item 3.3 on the approval of Rules of Order Bylaw 2024 amendment will be referred back to the committee. Thank you. Next item, City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Page 15, item 1. It's the report of the Finance Committee from their meeting which was held on the 12th of the 2nd, 2025, and also on the 19th of the 2nd, 2025. Item 1.1 is report on billing for the month ended November 2024. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, City Manager. There are speakers on this item, page 15, item 1.1. The first speaker is from the IFP, Councillor Anipen. The second speaker is from DLC, Councillor Pillay. The third and the last speaker is from the ANC, Councillor Ngumalo. In that order, Councillor Anipen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as the IFP, we are somewhat glad to see the changes and amendments that are being made to the billing format that is reaching out to customers. It certainly is making it easier for customers to understand what they're actually being billed for. However, Mr. Speaker, the IFP has serious reservations and concerns regarding the issues around the evaluation role as well as the supplementary evaluation law. It has been discovered that there seems to be no rhyme, no reason with which property values are being increased. In many instances, Mr. Speaker, properties right next door to each other are valued at with rather high disparities based on what we cannot assertively say. The property sizes, aesthetics, and all of those things seem to be similar, if not the same, yet the property values increased from one customer to the other differs a great deal. We also note the dispatching of bills has become a challenge with the South African Post Office. And Chairperson, we believe that we must be able to make the access of these online far more easier, especially for elderly folk and persons who may not have access to this. So we're proposing that perhaps there be a system put in place where there is possibly a kiosk installed at Caesar Kala centers where customers can easily go in and type in their account numbers or ID numbers and access those bills via a kiosk, similar to what is done through banks to access statements. The IFP once again requests for properties within social housing schemes and unmetered properties to go, especially where there are meter concerns, to undergo proper testing, and that table.
Your time is up, Councillor
Councillor
Pillay.
Supports these recommendations. Thank you.
Councillor Pillay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also speak to other reports of similar in nature tabled in this agenda as well. The DLC appreciates this report that clearly gives a reasonable perspective on the billings for these months. The CFO and his team must be complimented for this report. However, Mr. Speaker, the major concern for the DLC are the high estimate costs for electricity and water charges in thousands of residents' billing. Mr. Speaker, the DLC on a daily basis have to deal with residents' bills that are estimated for electricity, sometimes for over 6 to 9 months. Recently, a pensioner's bill was only read after 15 months. There are many challenges still faced by the community in terms of their billing. Mr. Speaker, in some cases, after a resident has made an arrangement to pay for the area debt, the following month, they are slapped with a 6 to 8 month actual electricity meter reading that makes the payment for the month absolutely unaffordable. Hence, the pensioner goes back into areas and the AOD subsequently cancels. It'll be very interesting, Mr. Speaker, to get data
your time
on
is
the number
up,
of
Councillor Pillay. Councillor Ngumalo, you are the last on the item, last speaker. Please raise your hand, Councillor Ngumalo. You will be unmuted. Kahleni, valana ma microphone. Councillor Ngumalo. Councillor Ngumalo, you have not raised your hand yet, so that you'll be assisted. Please raise your hand. The team will unmute you this side. We are trying to accommodate you, Councillor Ngumalo, but if you don't indicate by raising your hand, you will be forced to move on without you speaking on the item. I don't want to be unfair to you. Right? Councillors, are the recommendation agreed?
Great.
Thank you very much. Let's move to the next item, City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Item 1.2, report on billing for the month ended December 2024. Committee recommends.
Page 22, item 1.2. There are no speakers. Are the recommendation agreed, councillors?
Agreed, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Next item, City Manager.
Item 1.3, debt collection report for the month ended November 2024. Committee recommends.
Page 27, item 1.3. I've got few speakers. By the way, I've got 2 speakers. I'm worried with Councillor Ngumalo because it's appearing again in my list. Councillor Pillay from DLC, you are the first speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I just want to say that the DLC supports all the debt relief programs that are currently implemented by the city, and our struggling ratepayers and residents feel comfort and ease knowing that they will be considered, especially when the bills are in arrears. And this is a great achievement for the city. We are moving in the right direction to ensure that the citizens come first. Therefore, the DLC supports these type of initiatives. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Councillor Ngumalo. Councillor Ngumalo. I request that the Chief Whip of the ANC look for Councillor Ngumalo so that he can be assisted, because I see his name appears as a speaker on number of items. I don't want to disadvantage him. Hence, I'm requesting that I have to be assisted. Councillors, are the recommendations on item point 3 agreed?
Agreed, Speaker.
Thank you, City Manager. Let's move to the next item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Next item is item 1.4, debt collection report for the month ended December 2024. Committee recommends.
We are on page 34 in our agenda. Item 1.4, as I've read by the City Manager, 2 speakers from the IFP. Number 1, Councillor Anipen. Second speaker and the last speaker from the ANC is Councillor Mpumesi Chole. In that order, Councillor Anipen. Please raise your hands, councillors, both Councillor Anipen and Councillor Chole, so that you are unmuted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the IFP notes the report that is presented before us. The IFP is concerned at the high level of government debt owed by various departments, both by the national and provincial spheres of government. Our metro is currently faced with multiple hardships, from the floods to the insurrection attempt of 2021. Government must lead by example, and proper formal acknowledgement of debts must be entered into, like is done by other residents and so forth. The IFP hopes that, along with this report, proper details outlining attempts and AODs will be presented. The IFP appreciates the efforts made by the Revenue Department, or the Revenue Section, especially on the 4th floor of Treasury, where deceased estates are concerned. The services have been exceptional, and this program has provided tremendous relief to the poorest of the poor. Our concern, however, is with the process, where the next of kin or spouse is still a co-owner. We hope that this matter will be addressed in good time. We are concerned, Mr. Speaker, about the disconnections, especially where it relates to those who are on the debt recovery program, such as the 80-20 prepaid, because there seems to be no migration between RMS and the Suprema system, which is used by electricity. We want to caution that disconnections for those customers be halted until that matter is resolved. We congratulate the officials on the increase of revenue collection between July and December 2024. No doubt this was a result of the debt relief program that was underway, and we therefore call on the city to undertake similar programs to assist those who may be in need. The IFP, Mr. Speaker, will note this report and will be monitoring in terms of the recommendations we've made as far as government debt, deceased estate, and disconnections are concerned. I thank you.
Councillor Chole. Ya bengicela uphakamise isandla Councillor Sithole ukuze bakusize ngapha ngokuvula i-microphone yakho. Councillor Sithole.
Somlomo ade raisile isandla cela unmute.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think I'm audible now.
Yes, you are audible. You can speak.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, I wish to submit the debt collection report for the month of December 2024. But before that, Speaker, I wish to indicate that we noted that the state of our debtors report, especially our total debtors analysis as at the 31st of December 2024, was steadily growing at an average of 2% per month. Of course, the figure includes monthly interest. On year-to-year basis, we noted, Speaker, that the total debtors, including current charges of the 31st December 2024 was 35 billion, and the debtors book grew significantly by 7.4 billion when compared to December 2023. Based on that, Speaker, as the ANC, we took a sober resolution that our officials must develop the short-term and long-term debt collection strategies, which includes, among others, targeted collection by customers group, meetings with key stakeholders such as government, businesses, parastatals, bulk users, and also that the municipality appointed a panel of debt collectors to assist in capping the escalation of debt. The external debt collectors started collecting at the beginning of November 2023, and the next 3 months will be regarded as a learning curve. We also believe that the intimal billing issues, especially on water and the back charge of the 6 kiloliters of water, must be closely monitored, and the implementation of the indigent policy and management of the indigent support must also be seriously monitored. Thank you, Speaker.
Councillor Sithole and Councillor Anipen. Councillors, are the recommendations on item 1.4, page 34 agreed?
Noted, Speaker.
Noted. Thank you very much for that. Councillors, is for noting. City Manager, next item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Next item is item 1.5, quarterly report on withdrawals from municipal bank account in terms of the Local Government Municipal Finance Management Act number 56 of 2003 committee.
Thank you very much, City Manager. Are the recommendations agreed, councillors? It's for noting. Noted.
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 Thank you, City Manager. Next item.
Item 1.6, investment reports of the month ended 30 November 2024, committee recommends.
1.6 is for noting. Are the recommendations noted, councillors?
Noted, Speaker.
Next item, City Manager.
1.7, investment report for the month ended 31st December 2024, committee recommends.
Page 43, item 1.7. Are all the recommendations noted, councillors?
Noted.
Thank you for that, City Manager.
Item 1.8, public tender awards of EThekwini Municipality for the month ended 30 November 2024, committee recommends.
Page 43, item 1.8 for noting. Are the recommendations noted, councillors?
Noted, Speaker.
Thank you. Let's move, City Manager.
Item 1.9, public tender awards of EThekwini Municipality for the month ended 31st December 2024, committee recommends.
Page 44, right? 1.9. Are the recommendations noted, councillors? Item 1.9, page 44.
Noted. Noted.
Thank you very much, councillors. Let's move, City Manager, next item.
Item 1.10, public tender awards of EThekwini Municipality for the month ended 31st January 2025. Committee recommends.
Page 44 again, item 1.10. The recommendations noted?
Noted.
Thank you.
We are now on page 45, item 2, report of the Community Services Committee from their meeting which was held on the 20th of the 2nd, 2025. Item 2.1, request to enter into a memorandum of agreement between the EThekwini Municipality and Safe Hub non-profit company for the Bridge City Youth Development Hub. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much. There are two speakers here. It's Councillor M. Ngumalo, IFP, Councillor T. Ntuli, ANC. Councillor Ngumalo. Yeah, please raise your hand. Councillor Ngumalo will be assisted. Councillor Ntuli, while we are assisting Councillor Ngumalo, I request that you also raise your hand so that you'll be admitted. As soon as Councillor Ngumalo finishes to debate, you will then be invited. Councillor Ngumalo, please raise your hand. Ngumalo asikutholi la kwi system asikuboni. Right, let's move. I think we have given Councillor Ngumalo a sufficient chance to raise his hand so that he can speak. We don't see him from the system on our side. We'll then move to the second and the last speaker on the item, Councillor T. Ntuli from the ANC. Councillor Ntuli.
Sibonge sibingelele somlomo. Siyayisupport item ye-ANC.
Thank you very much, councillors. Recommendations on page 45, item 2.1 is agreed.
Agreed.
Agreed. Somlomo.
Thank you.
Somlomo.
Who's that?
Somlomo, Councillor Mvubu.
Councillor Mvubu?
Yeah, I think we need to perhaps make a correction, Somlomo, on the recommendations. 2.1.1, it says the executive committee. I think we must correct that. And also on recommendation, where it says executive committee, I think we must correct that. I'm just missing the second one. I think it's 2.1.4 as well. Thank you.
Yes, 2.2, okay.
2.1.1.
Yeah, no, thanks, Councillor Mvubu, for that. You are raising an important point. The problem that we are not procedural. You are out of order, but we are correct. You should have submitted your name as a speaker in the list, or you propose an amendment. but thank you for that correction. You are correct. Already the item has been supported before Mvubu raised the correction. With the correction, councillors on 2.1.1, are the recognition agreed?
Agreed.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Thank you very much. Next item, City Manager.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Item 2.1, Progress Report on Sports Bodies Leases. Committee recommends.
We are on page 46, item 2.2. There are 3 speakers. First speaker is Councillor J. Naido, IFP. The second speaker is from the Democratic Alliance, Councillor Pechte. The last speaker is from the ANC, is Councillor Sokabase. In that order, Councillor Naidu. Yeah, I request all of you councillors, as you are listed as speakers on this list, to raise your hands so that the team assists you by unmuting your microphone. You will then unmute yourself and wait for a chance to speak. Councillor Jane, I can confirm now that you have been unmuted.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, there are crucial parcels of land that are tied up in council leases where accessibility to the larger populations are limited and not representative of the community demographics. It is critical to review the functionality of these facilities thoroughly. The ever-increasing rise in addictions, crime, and homelessness brings to the fore the absence of societal interventions. It is important that there is emphasis on strategic sport development and recreational programs within communities. In many instances, this requires unlocking of leases that are held for personal benefit. An example of a 100-year lease at the Mkomas Lodge, which houses a swimming pool which has been closed off to the public for the past 18 years, has led to a huge outcry from the public. This lease is now on the market for 6.2 million. A bowling club lease, also in Mkomas, which is 102 years, is facing financial difficulties due to dying membership. Poor maintenance of the buildings and collapsing fence makes this prime location an eyesore on the beachfront. Speaker, I hope that the Sports Lease Committee will conduct proper consultations, investigations, and interventions in the above. Speaker, the IFP will support this recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Pechte.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Yes, just to start off with, there is a typographical error on the report, Speaker, in the second sentence where it speaks about the moratorium that was placed on the sport club leases in a council resolution of February 2024. That should actually read 2004. Speaker, I think it's a typographical error because the original report does clarify that it is actually 2004. Which means that we are going to 17, just over 17, no, 21, going to 22 years ago that the moratorium was placed on the sport club leases. Although this council in 2007, November 2007, Speaker, did decide to set that aside, it's taken us all of 17 years to where we are now, where we're actually going to be considering leases. As it stands, the council has got 123 leases, of which 89 of them are month to month. The others were timely renewed in terms of the contracts that were there. This has resulted in diminished investment, inability to attract sponsors by those who have got the leases, reduced membership of the clubs, insignificant or significant overhead expenditure rises, and then desertion of the premises. Now, the desertion of the premises, let's start there. That's to the detriment of the council because this is council-owned property. But if you don't have a lease, why would you invest? If you don't have a lease, why would a sponsor invest? If you don't have a lease, why would you have members coming to a club that there is no foreseeable future? And then with that, like I said, comes to increased cost. So now we are standing at the crossroads, and one would hope that we are going to be able to rectify this problem that's taken us 17 years from a rescinded or a change in heart to implement. And the DA is absolutely for this. We are in support. We're also on record, Chair, being in this council for a long time, that no other party has ever asked for sport club leases, brought it to the table, have been fighting for it to the point where we are now. So I want to say thank you very much for at least listening to the Democratic Alliance once in the right direction. And we are hoping to see that the committee will be taking these in batches as they indicated, and they will actually give the people these 10-year leases. And we are just excited to the fact that there will be a every 3-year renewal as it stands in the recommendations, because one also has to make sure that there's sustainability and that these clubs don't, at the end of the day, become a tavern for one, and it does not sustain in the development of sport, because at the end of the day, that is what it is. It's usually coupled to a sport coupled with a retail or entertainment or food or that type of establishment. But let's keep a track there so that while we are looking after the retail side of it, we also look after our sportsmen, because we cannot continue to go like this where we've got these facilities and they are just falling apart, and that comes at cost to the municipality because that's the loss of our infrastructure. DA 110% in support. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Sokawase.
Ngiyabonga Somlomo. I don't want to dwell much on what the previous speaker was saying. You may say whatever, but what we are saying as a committee is that the sport list currently on month-to-month, as he said, the unit is working with the real estate sport development to renew leases. The unit will give preference to leasers that are in compliance with leases contracts to undertake sports activities and facilities management. Those who are not compliant, the lease contract will be advertised and new tenants will be allocated facilities. This process will be completed by end of June, because we want to satisfy us as a committee and as this council. Also, we wish the council to agree with us on those recommendations that we put forward, that will assist us. Because if we remember as this council, that most of these leases are old, as the previous speaker said. The others are 17 years, others are 80 years, others are 50 years. So now it comes to the end. Now we want to do it in a new form. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Councillor Zama. Sokabase. Councillors, are the recommendations on page 46, item 2.2, agreed?
Agreed.
Thank you very much. The City Manager, next item.
Agreed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On page 48, we've got direct EXCO reports. Item 1, acceptance of donation of the properties described as F10177 Durban, Palm Beach Hotel, portion 81 of F10004, Durban West Point Building, and portion 226 of F10054, Durban, the Siemens Building. Committee recommends.
City Manager, Councillors, are the recommendations on page 48, item 1, agreed?
Agreed.
Thank you, thank you. The Deputy Mayor will now be invited again to table the second report of the Executive Committee. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Somlomo. Allow me to table the second report of the executive. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor. I will now invite the city manager to present the first item on the second report of the executive committee.
The first item, Honorable Speaker, is the report of Security and Emergency Services Committee from their meeting which was held on the 13th of the 3rd. Item 1.1, Dedicated Psychological Services, Employee Health and Wellness Services Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Councillor Zombis. City Manager, I've got Councillor Z. Solomon and Councillor Mieni. Only two speakers on this item. I remember earlier we were struggling to get Councillor Solomon to speak. I request again that you raise your hand so that you are assisted. It seems that majority of councillors they have no problems with speaking. Only few councillors are struggling. Can I get an indication whether Councillor Z. Solomon, Councillor Cavender is now sorted?
Yes, because she did have challenges with the network, and I think the network challenge is affecting a lot of our councillors who are drifting in and out of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the update. Councillor Solomon. Councillor Mieni.
Thank you, Honorable Somlomo. The policing profession.
Councillor Mieni.
Exposes practitioner to the violence and traumatic incident. Those who've been crossed to the car crashes, cut the bodies, or they see people losing their lives, and while waiting for the emergency service to get the help. They get involved in a diffusing conflict where bodily injury between the spouses or domestic partners in the form of GPV. Our law enforcement practitioners get confronted with the bruised criminals that are not afraid of using lesser force on them or citizens. All these above mentioned accidents, they are daily happening in their work environment, causes trauma that which, if not treated immediately, result in officers devastated to the trauma, to the members or to the public or the family members, including the vulnerable groups. This has manifested itself with a quite few violent incidents by our members involved in abusive of power, domestic violence, GBV, and femicide. There was a pilot project which was conducted that had revealed that the necessity of these programs. Therefore, it is urgent that this municipality undertake a process of getting these programs available for our police officer service to maintain healthy and well police personnel. Somlomo, this item is indeed supported because it is here to address that, and moreover, it's also in line with the South African Police Act. So we support this item, Somlomo, because it is indeed going to assist our members to make it a point that on our daily activities, they do get a professional psychological support. So the item is indeed supported, Somlomo. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Mieni. Councillors, page 50, item 1.1. Are the recommendations agreed?
Agreed, Somlomo.
Thank you very much for that. We are now moving to the third report of the executive committee. The deputy mayor will table the report. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Somlomo. Allow me again to table the third report of the executive committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor. City Manager, please present the items.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Item 1 of this third report of the Executive Committee is the report of Economic Development and Planning Committee from their meeting, which was held on the 13th of the 3rd, 2025. Item 1.1, request for authority to confirm membership for the African Natural Capital Alliance. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mpele. Councillors, are the recommendations agreed?
Agreed.
Thank you very much. Next item, City Manager.
Item 1.2, request for authority to conclude a new memorandum of agreement between the EThekwini Municipality and Kibakoch Nature Reserve through Section 67 of the Municipal Finance Management Act. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much. Are the recommendations agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
City Manager, next item.
Item number 1.3, request for authority to establish the World Trade Center Durban through Inkosi Albert Luthuli International Convention Center. Committee recommends.
Right, we are on page 54, item 1.3. I've got speakers, Councillor Tipo from the DA, Councillor Vim Kize from the DA, and Councillor Ntuli Chi from the ANC. In that order, councillors, please raise your hands. You will all be unmuted. Unmute yourself and Councillor Nkosi, i-council akuyo indawo yokurecruiter uhini enkozweni. Councillor Tipo. Councillor Tipo. Councillor Mkhize. Councillor Tipo and Councillor Mkhize, we don't see your hands. Right, Councillor Tipo, you have earlier, yes, yeah, you are now unmuted, Councillor Tipo. Please speak.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Apologies for the delay there. Mr. Speaker, it certainly is a step in the right direction where we start making plans for the rehabilitation and the general upkeep, shall we say, of the Durban Central Business District. We have seen a major disinvestment from the Central Business District into the northern parts of the EThekwini Municipality over the past 10 to 15 years. And the knock-on effects of some of those have been significant. Most of the businesses have moved into the northern parts of the city. And as we know, the northern parts of the city are now severely hit by water shortages on a daily basis. So the upkeep of the CBD has a serious knock-on effect in terms of what happens on the ground in various parts of the city. Even in the western parts of the city, we are seeing businesses move out of the Central Business District, new shopping malls and new investment happening in the western parts of eThekwini. So we welcome this intervention. However, Mr. Speaker, it has taken more than a decade for the eThekwini Municipality under its current governance to actually implement a sustainable plan for the Central Business District. There was a city manager I think it was a term or 2 terms ago, who already emphasized the need to start controlling some of the street trading that goes on, some of the litter that is generated from that, some of the crime that is rampant within certain areas of the CBD. And it needs to be a multifaceted approach, as this plan does, of course, indicate. It needs to be a concerted effort between Metro Police, town planning, land use management. It needs to be all departments working together, and it needs to be sustainable, Mr. Speaker. You know, without bringing politics into it too much, take a walk down the streets of Cape Town, where the DA governs, and just look at how the street sweepers operate. Look at how waste removal is operating. Look at how businesses are collaborating with local government. That is what we'd like to see. We'd like to see an integration between the Durban solid waste and Metro Police supporting them. We want to see the informal economy growing and jobs to be created. But at the same time, we want to see all of that flowing into the whole beachfront area and then flowing into the Blue Lagoon area, which then flows into the North Durban area. Unfortunately, the harbour stops us from doing that, but at the same time, it can also flow into the southern parts of Durban. So the CBD actually needs to be a catalyst now for economic growth. And unfortunately, it has taken far too long for these plans to be put together. So as a Democratic Alliance, we will be watching this process. We will certainly be doing oversight and giving our input into this process. We will be using best practice from a variety of cities, not just in South Africa, such as Cape Town, but also from cities abroad, where you see a seamless integration, Mr. Speaker, between CBDs into harbour areas. And I must just point out that recently as economic development, we had a fantastic workshop with the Ports Authority where they were outlining some of their plans for the port. There's absolutely no reason why the areas around the CBD that are adjoining the port can't be transformed to wonderful areas of economic activity. And all of that will flow into more rates being offered for the municipality. So whereas we are cautiously excited about these plans, I think the whole process now needs to be carefully monitored. And Mr. Speaker, as politics and elections have shown us in the recent few days, everything can change very, very quickly. A day is a long time in politics. So I would really urge this administration to get this plan on track before the 2026 elections, because we might just be in for a surprise. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Tipo. Councillor Ntuli. Mkize, please raise your hand. You will be assisted after Ntuli if you show your hand, but if we will now invite Ntuli. Pemba.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Greeting to you. Let me start by saying all protocol observed. One to start before even raising some serious issues on this matter. Say that maybe it would be important for us as councillors, when there is an item before us, we must deal with it in its merit, using not a rhetoric argument on issues that are serious and clear before us. Colleagues, today we have a unique opportunity to position Durban as a major player in the global trade and investment. The proposal before us to establish World Trade Center in Durban through Durban ICC is a strategic initiative that will transform our city economic landscape. Acquiring a World Trade Center Association license is more than just a milestone. It is a powerful investment in Durban's future. As the port city, we are strongly a global trade link, and we are placed to follow in the footsteps of a successful trade hub like Singapore, which have used trade and investment to drive rapid economic growth by landscaping our port, trade network, and strategic location. Durban can become a leading hub for investment, trade, tourism, and businesses on the global stage. Examples of countries that or cities that have got this license: Rotterdam, Antwerp, Singapore, Mumbai, Barcelona, and Colombo. World Trade Center is a major port city and have played a critical role in stimulating trade and attracting foreign investment and boosting GDP and driving urban regeneration. In Rotterdam, Europe, the largest port, handling over 430 million ton of cargo annually. And the World Trade Center have supported the growth of maritime logistic and green innovation, contributing to 45 billion annually in the regional economic output and the strengthening and employment in the high value sector. In Hamburg, with its port moving from 136.6 million ton in 2021, has benefited from the World Trade Center in Hamburg, facilitating of international trade fairs and business exchanges, reinforcing its role as the German top logistic hub and a key player in the Europe export economy, with port alone supporting over 150,000 jobs. In Montreal, where the port handles over 335 million ton of cargo per year. It has supported 2,500 companies annually and helping SMMEs to expand in a global market and fueling urban revitalization in a historic city core. The World Trade Center has hosted international trade centers, which offers export development program that is directly supported the region GDP growth through increase in internationalization of local firms. In Barcelona, located on the port waterfront, has been central to the city in transformation into the Mediterranean business and tourism hub, saving more than 3 million cruise tourists, handling 65 million tons of cargo annually, and attracting hundreds of global events through its state of the art conference center. This has reinforced Barcelona to position as the top European meeting initiative conferences and exhibition destination, with the city regeneration of 1.5 billion annual from the business tourism alone. In Colombia, the World Trade Center Tower overlooks South Asia business transit port with a process of 7 million TEUs annually, and has become a landmark of post-conflict economic development by attracting multi-international cooperation, banking institutions, and professional services. The World Trade Center has significantly contributed to Colombia GDP, support over 5,000 high-skilled jobs, and quote the Mediterranean of its financial and business destination. It further affirmed that World Trade Center has directly supported the growth of the region, port and logistics sector, with the port of San Diego reporting 41% increase in the economic impact over 4 years period, driven by the expand of maritime trade, cruise activities, and port adjacent to commercial investment. Meanwhile, New York, prior 9 attacks houses, has more than 50,000 workers and played a pivotal role in anchoring the global financial ecosystem center in the lower Manhattan. Its legacy continues in rebuilding World Trade Center complex, which is now including of one World Trade Center and a symbol of economic resilience that household over 200 companies across diverse sector. Collectively, the World Trade Center acts as an enabler of the trade-driven growth, enhancing the competitive of the port cities, creating thousands of jobs, increasing the trade volume, and revitalizing and underutilized urban areas into a vibrant economic zones. They serve not only as physical landmarks, but also as a strategic institution that, that bridge global commons, innovation, and urban renewal. To outline the key of World Trade Center in Durban, one global platform for trade investment. The World Trade Center in Durban will connect to an elite network of over 300 world trade centers across nearly 100 countries. This is a strength that Durban position as a gateway for foreign direct investment, attract global trade partners and multinational cooperation, open new market opportunities for local businesses and SMEs by linking them to global trade network, and a catalyst for urban regeneration and growth. The Durban ICC, as a multi-award winning conference center, is the idea of the institution to hold the World Trade Center license with the initiative that will establish World Trade Center Durban as African first World Trade Center, making Durban as a key player in the international business. Increased demand for premium office space, bringing key investors, trade organizations, and business forums into the heart of the city. Attract major global events, including the exhibition, investment summit, and high profit conference, position Durban as a leading destination business tourism. Strengthening Durban role as an African business gateway, drawing multi-international cooperation and trade delegation to look to expand to the continent. Economic growth, job, skills development. The establishment of the World Trade Center will create 1,500 to 3,000 jobs across the multi-industry, from the trade and logistics to professional services. The World Trade Center is expected to add between 300 million to 1 billion into the city gross domestic product, provide skill development opportunity through international partnership and business collaboration, boost in entrepreneurship and innovation, help local businesses to grow and access international market, strengthening Durban position into African continent free trade area, with the African continent free trade area creating a single market of 1.3 billion people. Durban is a premier position to become a leading trade and investment hub for Africa. World Trade Center in Durban will be a key driver to a regional integration in ensuring that local business benefiting from the new trade agreement and the partnership across the continent. Smart and sustainable investment, the World Trade Center license will require once-off investment of USD 300,000, which is 5.5 million, and 4.2 million to budget savings has been identified to help on that one. But what is more important is that, in conclusion, colleagues, this initiative is more than just requiring a license. It is about unlocking new economic opportunities for
Time is up, Councillor Ntuli. Councillors, are the recognition agreed?
Agreed.
Thank you very much. City Manager, next item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Item 1.4, request for authority to establish Manor Gardens Special Rating Area for Urban Improvement Precinct. Committee recommends.
We are on page 58, item 1.4. Are the recognition agreed, councillors? Thank you. Next item, City Manager.
On page 61, item 1.5, progress report, progress and proposals for inner city regeneration institutional mechanism. Committee recommends.
One speaker from the DA, Councillor Tipo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I've largely been covered in my previous comments about the various issues that face the CBD and the challenges which face economic development within the inner cities. So at this point in time, I'm largely covered. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? Great, councillors.
Great.
Thank you. Next item, City Manager, page 65.
Page 65, item 2, report for Trading Services Committee from their meeting which was held on the 19th of the 3rd, 2025. Item 2.1, request for authority for the real estate to register the servitude for the project number 5.
Okay, the city manager's mic is off.
Your mic is off.
Report of Trading Services Committee from their meeting which was held on the 19th of the 3rd, 2025. Item 2.1, request for authority for the real estate to register the servitude for project number 5580 Waterloo Park Sewerage Transfer Scheme. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, City Manager. Are the recommendations agreed, councillors? Next item, City Manager, page 65.
Page 65, item 2.2, request for authority for the real estate to register the servitude for project number 5619 Gateway Trunk Sewer. Committee recommends.
There are no speakers. Councillors, are the recommendations agreed?
Great.
Thank you.
Item 3, report 3 is the report of Finance Committee from their meeting which was held on the 19th of the 3rd, 2025. Item 3.1, debt collection report for the month of January 2025. Committee recommends.
Page 66, item 3.1. I've got speakers. There are only two. Councillor J. Anipen from the IFP, Councillor Mpome Sichole from the ANC. In that order, Councillor Anipen, please unmute yourself. I'm sure we have been unmuted. If not, please raise your hand. Councillor Sichole, please do the same. Raise your hand. You will be unmuted and unmute yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the debt collection report is quite an integral part of understanding the financial situation of the municipality. Again, here it is imperative that we look at the customers of the municipality that fail to meet their financial commitments to the municipality and try to understand why this is the case. I think we've been able to establish, Mr. Speaker, that residential customers have been faced with enormous challenges, particularly in our city, whether it is about the floods or whether it is because of the insurrection or because of COVID. All these factors contribute toward the challenges that residents face. Equally, I think we've tried to make some reprieve available to customers by way of the deceased estate write-off program, as well as the issues of the debt relief program. But I think more needs to be done to address the outstanding debt that the city has. And one of the ways we can do that is by looking at where the largest portions of debt actually lie. And Mr. Speaker, to this end, it is the opinion of the IFP that a proper study needs to be undertaken to establish where the largest amounts of debt lie in terms of customers that are owing to the municipality and for what particular reason. One area of focus should actually be rental housing, and more needs to be done to address the historical debt of rental housing and find ways to deal with that. To this end, the IFP notes the report and looks forward to hearing the possibilities of more relief for our customers, especially in focused areas, so that we can assist customers in the best way possible whilst also taking off unnecessary debt from our books. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Chole.
As the African National Congress, somlomo sifisa ukuthi sibonge ama-officials awenzile mangabe kade sibe kithi abalekeleleke ngomsebenzi ke abawe oka imali babuye nasekutheni ene babalekelela abantu abafikayo eofisini especially kulezi zinto lezi
Councillor Chole, angazi, maybe it looks like you have changed your location. This time, when you speak, you break. Maybe it's your location. I just want to alert you about that. Proceed.
angazi ene somlomo ngoba angishintshanga angazi kodwa ke siyayinotha as the African National Congress report siyabonga.
Thank you very much, councillors. Is the report noted?
Noted, Somlomo.
Noted.
Thank you. City Manager, next item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The next item is on page 73. It's item 3.2. Report on billing for the month ended 31st January 2025. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, City Manager. Two speakers, please raise your hands so that you'll be unmuted. Councillor J. Anipen, IFP, Councillor Gasa, ANC.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again here, Mr. Speaker, the IFP is pleased with the efforts made in terms of making the bills more understandable for customers. But again, Mr. Speaker, the IFP is concerned that where billing is related, there's a very high number of unread water and electricity meters, which clearly contribute to incorrect or imbalanced readings. The city still does not have an accurate dispute mechanism for customers to dispute their billing, and I think that is a major concern. In addition to this, Mr. Speaker, customers who have existing credit agreements often find themselves in difficult positions when they've already signed agreements for large amounts of money, and because of inaccurate readings, they are then billed enormous amounts again, and that causes the credit authorities to lapse. I think what needs to be done, Mr. Speaker, is the reading should be done on a more regular basis, as well as ensuring that customers have access through the Sizakala centers to drop off their readings like it used to be that way, and there should be a monitoring of that process. The IFP notes the report and hopes that the recommendations that we've made in terms of allowing customers to manually make submissions for readings will be taken into consideration, and we hope to see an improvement as far as the readings on bills are concerned. I thank you.
Councillor Kasa.
Asibingelele Somlomo nendlu yakho njengokhongolose siyayinotha le report sibonge kakhulu ngama-officials ethu elidwa u-CFO kuleli komiti ukuba kule cluster ngequality yama-report esiwatholayo nokho siyakumukela ukuthi kufanele kukhalazise ukuthi mhlawumbe ama-estimated meter readings alezi nyanga esikhuluma ngazo athanda uba phezulu. Lokho kwenziwa nje isizathu esilula sokuba bekufola kwi-season yeholide noma yamaholide, ngakho-ke isimo nje esimukelekile leso. Kodwa njengokhongolose sijabule kakhulu ngezinga lokuqoqwa kwey'kweletu lihle nje kakhulu, nabantu bakithi baya ngokuya kancane kancane becomplya ukuze sikwazi ukuqoqa iy'kweletu ngendlela efanelekile ukuze sikwazi ukubuyisela emphakathini ngokwey'dingo. Njengokhongolose siyayinotha le report.
Very much, councillors. Are the recommendations noted?
Noted.
Next item, City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Page 81, item 3.3, report on billing for the month ended 28 February 2025. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, Councillor City Manager. I've got two councillors, Councillor Berchte and Councillor Casa. There's someone who keep on being destructive. Who's that, colleagues? There's someone who keep on destructive. Please switch off your microphones. We've requested you earlier when we were reading announcements that your microphone should remain muted. You see, now I'm not dealing with council matters, I'm dealing with an individual who are wasting time. Is unkosi uthe uyahamba nebandla lakho esontweni siyamlibazisa. Let's not waste time, councillors. Please switch off your microphone. Don't be destructive. Councillor Berchte and Councillor Casa.
Thank you very much, Chair. We seem to share the same concerns as some other political parties when it comes to billing, because it's one thing to look at how you're going to recover the money, but if you don't bill it correct, then you cannot expect to get in what is owned to you or owed to you. The difference is the DA is a party, a modern party, so we don't believe in the practice of a messenger with a stick or maybe a carrier pigeon bringing the reading to a Sisakala center. The DA is very much in favor of smart meters being installed to all users so that there's an accurate billing going on or then accounted for. We also feel that the app that is there is maybe not adequately monitored and implemented, because this is the public trying to assist the municipality so that they are billed correct and that the municipality can actually balance their books correct. Because at the moment, if you are out on the street, and I think my colleagues, all of whom on this session, the ward councillors especially, can bear witness that the number of queries about incorrect and inconsistent billing has exponentially increased. And one would have hoped when the billing system and the meter reading went away from trading services and it then reverted to the finance committee, that there would have been more of a meticulous calculation of these charges to people. But it seems that, unfortunately, the same meter readers that made the mistakes for trading services may have also gone over and are now only paid by the finance department, because the number of inquiries, as we say, is increased, and it's not unheard of or uncommon for people to get bills of several 100,000, 2, 3, 500,000, which is a family of two pensioners. So, and because then it makes for the books to look like you're expecting, when the municipality is expecting a lot of money to come in, when in fact the next month they have to credit it again, or, well, if it happens in that month, because a lot of these people are then disconnected, not because they are default payers, but because they are incorrectly billed. And that then has an effect on the outstanding debt as well, that's now climbed to 36-something billion. And one would have to ask, how much of that is actual, and how much are we just giving it or then attributing it to the people by incorrect billing? So definitely we need to, the plans are all in place, and we've got all the turnaround strategies, and we hear about these smart meters and smart technology. And so why don't we just implement it? Because at the end of the day, it will be in our better interest. Or could it be that we're only doing it because it balances the books? So we take note of this, but we are very concerned about the increased inconsistent billing. Let's get it right. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Councillor Casa.
Asibonga kakhulu Somlomo. Phumayo siyacela ayifunde ukuze lezinto ayibuzayo ayithole, ikakhulukazi uma ubheka lapha kuma interventions and action plans, okusobala ukuthi kwenziwa yini ukuthi singakwazi ukwarida ama-meters, ukuthi banezinja lapha ezilumayo abantu bakwazi ukungena lapha sikwazi ukurida. Equality nje ye service eyenziwa umasipala in terms of billing has really improved drastically, and siyafisa nje ukubonga kakhulu officials nanokuthi ke la khona kunama gaps khona, there is a continuous capacity building kubasebenzi bethu, so that bakwazi ukubhekana nazo zonke inselelo zomsebenzi. Kodwa nje njengokhongolose siyayinqoma kakhulu le report. It's very detailed. It's 99% collection rate yethu ne billing report yethu inhle kakhulu. Siyabonga kakhulu Somlomo.
Thank you very much, Councillor Bechter and Councillor Kasa. Councillors, are the recommendations noted?
Noted.
Thank you very much. Let's now move to the next item, City Manager.
Page 95, item 3.5, close out report on the implementation of the debt relief program. Committee recommends.
All right. Kahle-ke Simpisi. Siqala on page 88, item 3.4. Page 88. Yeah. Page 88.
Thank you very much. My humble apologies. It's page 88, item 3.4, debt collection report for the month of February 2025. Committee recommends.
Yeah, thank you, City Manager. Two speakers on the item. Councillor R. McPherson from Democratic Alliance. Please raise your hand from your gadget. My team will assist you by unmuting yourself this side to then unmute this side. Now you have been unmuted. After Councillor McPherson, please raise your hand. After Councillor McPherson, it will be Councillor M. Sithole from the ANC. Councillor McPherson. Please raise your hand, Councillor McPherson. We want to unmute you. Councillor McPherson, can you check, Councillor Cavender, whether Councillor McPherson is facing some challenges or some glitches from his gadget, or is a network problem? Because he is not raising his hand. It's become difficult for us to assist councillors who want to speak on our side if they are not raising their hands. The only way we can be unmuted is through raising your hand. Otherwise, you won't be able to speak.
Thank you, Speaker. I'm just taking with Councillor McPherson.
Councillor Mpomes Chola.
Siyabonga Speaker. Njenge-African National Congress siyayinotha le report in Speaker siwazi ama-challenges that ama-officials ethu aka-revenue management akade hlangabezana nawo regarding i-collection, kodwa umsebenzi abawenzile umsebenzi omuhle oncomekayo. So we are noting this report as the ANC.
Thank you very much, Councillor Stoller. Councillor McPherson, are you able to raise your hand? Thank you very much, councillors. Apologies, Councillor McPherson. We have a task as well to manage council time. I don't know what is happening, but we have to proceed, unfortunately. Councillors, are the recommendations noted on page 95?
Noted.
Noted.
Thank you very much, City Manager. Next item.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We are now on item 3.5, close-out report on the implementation of the debt relief program. Committee recommends.
Yeah, thank you very much, City Manager. Two speakers, Councillor A. Berchte from DA, Councillor M. Sitole from the ANC. In that order, please raise your hands. You'll then be unmuted and be able to unmute yourself and address Council. Councillor Berchte, you're number one.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'm really enjoying this discussions today. I'm not going to speak long, but again, you know, one would want always to say, the DA told you so. But so often it is a fact. And here it is again, the DA told you so. When we spoke to this in council towards the last quarter of last year, we specifically asked that we extend the program a little bit longer for all the reasons mentioned in the report for why there's a failure. We pointed out that it is December. It was noted that some of the staff go on leave. It was noted that people are getting bonuses, and we took all of that. We can actually even share that in the chat. And we said, can we please extend it at least until the end of February, which would give the people the opportunity to do it. And why was that? For the same reasons that I spoke just now in the billing, so that people are able to resolve the problems. Because it's one thing to extend the debt relief program, but it's another thing for the municipality to actually resolve the queries where people were billed incorrectly and are then expected to enter into a agreement or an acknowledgement of debt with the municipality. So quite rightly so, it did not yield the results that everybody had hoped. And once again, and I'm speaking out of the report, yes, there is a call for this to be reinstated again and giving people the opportunities, because we did not, and I'm saying we, let's say the municipality, did not investigate so that they could resolve and come to an amount where people were billed incorrectly, but it is that attitude of into the agreement and we will resolve it later, and that resolve later never comes. So we set ourselves up for failure because the administration did not listen when we said you cannot give people a few weeks time to get ready and then go into the festive season. You need to give them more. And we again say the one thing that should stand as a pole above water is the fact that if we do this, we have to be ready on the other side, not only with the documents to say, we're happy to take your money, whether it's for a 36-month period or not, but to resolve it. And I seem to repeat myself when it comes to our debtors book that's escalated to 36 billion, of which 70%, 74% of it is household debt. And the report says the people cannot afford it. But you cannot expect them to go into an agreement and to pay you if you have not resolved and come to an agreed amount, because you are overbilling the people. So we note this report with concern, because had the administration listened, had we gone into a little bit more, had we given the people the opportunity, we would have probably yielded us a little bit more money into the bank. And I think the city manager just told you, I'm going to extend this period for Councillor Beertga. I saw him. He wants to extend it. Thank you very much. Thank you, city manager.
Thank you very much, Councillor Pektre. Councillor Chole.
Siyabonga Somlomo as the African National Congress siyayinotha i-close-out report on implementation of debt relief, and futhi siyayinotha ne-program ne-progress eseyenzekile thereof. Kodwa siyacela ukuthi kwasengathi singaphinda abantu bakithi banikezwe elinye ithuba futhi ngoba impela kuyiqiniso ukuthi isikhathi i-debt relief esasikade sikhona ngaso isikhathi la kuphithizela khona kakhulu and isikhathi sabukeka sisincanyana siyafisa ukuthi ibuye iphinde futhi ibuye and siyathemba ukuthi iyoyilda ama-fruits are-right for ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much, Councillor Peck and Councillor Sichole. Councillors, we are on page 95, item 3.5. Are all the recommendations noted?
Noted.
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 City Manager, let's move to page 99.
Page 99, item 3.6, public tender awards of EThekwini Municipality for the month ended 28 Feb 2025. Committee recommends.
Page 99, there are no speakers. Are all the recommendations noted, councillors?
Noted.
Noted.
Thank you. Thank you very much. City Manager, next item.
Same page, item 3.7, investment report for the month ended 31st January 2025. Committee recommends.
3.7, page 99, two speakers. Councillor B. Ntuli, Democratic Alliance. Councillor Shezi, ANC. In that order, Councillor Ntuli, please raise your hand. B. Ntuli, raise your hand. You will be unmuted from our side, and you will then be expected to unmute yourself. Councillor Shezi, you will do the same. Councillor Ntuli, I hope you are ready. You can now unmute yourself and address council.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Speaker, if you look at 6 agendas of the Finance Committee and look at the investment reports on the matters of credit ratings and on the matters of unutilized capital and operational grants, you will understand why this should be noted with great concern. EThekwini Municipality's national scale long-term issuer rating is AA-, and the short-term rating is A1+, making the rating outlook very much negative. Yep, since August last year, and there is no hope that that will change for better when the rating agencies look at EThekwini again. Because all the factors that the agencies have interest on haven't changed at all since the last rating period. Others have got worse since then. That should worry the council because no potential investor may look on our direction if we are further downgraded. Also, investment institutions will surely want to do away from us if we are downgraded further. Kanti vele, we also have a very skinny investment portfolio. It's unhealthy for a metro to have such minimal balances on investments. Having a healthy investment portfolio provides enough security in the cases of calamities and financial crises, which our city is very prone to. Ngoba kubi impela. Again, Mkhandlu Mkhulu, on those 6 agendas, you will see unutilized capital and operational grants, which are always around R1 billion. As of February 2025, the unutilized capital and operational grants balance stood at 920 million rands. As of January 2025, same grant stood at 1 billion rands. That's a tiny 80 million rands a difference between the month of January and February. In December, the balance stood somewhere 1.4 billion rands. And in November, it was somewhere around 1.6 billion rands. Again, a very tiny difference. Somlomo namalungu mkhandlu, that should worry us because it's an indicator that money is not being spent in the city. Iyahlala nje eside isikhathi, and then when spending occurs or happens, unauthorized, irregular, fruitless, and wasteful expenditure happens. EThekwini has suffered significantly from rains resulting in floods. In October 2017, in April 2019, again severely in 2022. There are places today who still have infrastructure with scars dating far back, yet there is always R1 billion plus floating somewhere in the balance sheet of the municipality. Ngiyafisa abantu basemolweni bezwe le ndaba ikakhulu ngoba bona usizi lwabo luyalwanda imihla imihla ngemihla njengoba zonke izimvula zidlula nemphefumulo ngoba bengenawo ama-bridge, as well as all other places which have infrastructure defects that have been not repaired since forever, yet there are funds floating somewhere. With $1 billion, you can build 50 bridges at a cost of 20 million rands each, or 20 bridges at a cost of million rands each. Whichever way, 20 or 50, you can do a lot with $1 billion rands in a city such as EThekwini, which is in dire need of sound financial management, which results in good response for people's needs on the ground. Ake ngime lapho sobuye sixoxe, ngiyabonga Speaker. It's a matter for noting with great concern. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Ntuli. Councillor Shezi. Niyamthola uShezi. Yeah, Councillor Shezi, ngicela uphakamise isandla. Councillor Shezi. You can only be assisted, Councillor Shezi, if you raise your hand from your side. Siyakubheka ngapha sikubone. Councillors, page 99, item 3.7, are the recommendations noted?
Noted.
Noted.
City Manager, let's move to page 100.
Item 3.8, unauthorized irregular, fruitless and wasteful expenditure incurred for the quarter ended 31st December 2024. Committee recommends.
Again, Councillor Ntuli, the platform is yours. B. Ntuli from DA and Councillor Mate from the ANC. Only two speakers on the item. Councillor Ntuli.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Unauthorized, irregular, fruitless, and wasteful expenditure are sins committed in broad daylight nowadays. They are also very easy to admit for write-offs because someone will just pop up at MPEG and claim there was value for money. However, Mkhandlu, what has to be noted is the fact that when unauthorized expenditure happens, means someone has used authority of the council, which is the one that authorizes spending of the municipality. What has to be noted is the fact that when irregular expenditure happens, means money has been spent and that spending was a deviation from council plans. Excuse me. And somlomo ngifuna siqaphele kakhulu ke la unauthorized, the term unauthorized. Ukuthi kahle kahle who governs this city or passes budget? Is it the officials incurring unauthorized expenditure or the council? If it's the council, why is it that officials constantly telling us Mkhandlu that they are spending without our authority bese bezoti asnote and write off? Mkhandlu, in the agenda for the day, MPEC will report their own gazillions of rands. If you look at what happened, where it happened, and how it happened, you will understand our concerns of poor governance and bad financial practices, which are destroying this city. Not only the city is being destroyed, by the way, Speaker. There are people who do as they please with city finances, knowing they will get a slap on the wrist. But the actual result is 14% vote share of the ANC will further decrease down to under 14%. Who knows, maybe in 2026 that 14% will drop to 4%, because of the billions of rands lost to unauthorized expenditure. The MFMA is very clear on that. Accounting officers are responsible for preventing irregular expenditure. It also stipulates the processes to be followed when it does occur. Kodwa-ke ngoba la kuseThekwini, a slap in the wrist is enough. Umuntu uyabuza uvela udonswe nge-technicality ye-compliance and then uthiwa note and write off. If we had good SCM, I do not think we will be looking at a horrible, malicious and scary reports of EUIFW citing terrible financial bad practices. Again, somlomo, lento kumele siyibheke kahle. While UIFW may not necessarily mean something went wrong or it happened, we shouldn't be comfortable noting these because all white-collar crimes such as fraud and corruption happen in well-legislated environments through small technicalities in broad daylight. We need to start being very careful around this philosophy of UIFW because when the investigations are being conducted, kuvelwe kugqekezwe nama-offices ama-investigators. Angifuni ukwanda kakhulu somlomo, ake ngishiye la kuwe nomeya le. 14% is not enough to bring you back next year. You might as well start packing your offices for your departure. The worrying thing here is that when there is money, it's not spent. And when spending takes place, bad financial practices and non-compliance happens. Asikwazi ukuthula konakala. Yabona le, yinto wrong. No matter what technicalities can be explained whatsoever, but if this problem is not addressed and stopped, icala lobuzwa kithi ukuthi thina sathula sathini ibhubhudlwa bume imali namasenza nama write off. Ngiyabonga speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Ntuli. Councillor Mathe. Please raise your hand, Councillor Mathe. You will then be unmuted. Councillor Mathe, sizodlula uma ungasiphakamisa isandla. Councillors, are the recommendations on page 100, item 3.8, noted?
Noted.
Noted.
Next item, City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Item 3.9, investment report for the month ended 28 February 2025. Committee recommends.
Are the recommendations agreed, Councillors?
Agreed, Somlong.
Agreed.
Thank you. Next item, City Manager.
Item number 4, report of Human Settlements, Engineering and Transport Committee from their meeting which was held on the 24th of the 2nd, 2025. Item 4.1, proposed alienation of proposed portion A of F1912 and proposed portion B of F836 Clayfield by direct negotiations to the adjoining owner plan SJ4800/6 in extent of 236 square meters. Committee recommends.
Thank you, City Manager. Are the recommendations agreed, Councillors?
Agreed, Somlong.
Thank you very much. We are now moving to page 102, item 4.2.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Item 4.2, proposed alienation of proposed portion A of the remainder of F107 Chatsworth for commercial purposes to the adjoining owner of 150701 road in extent of 1,982 square meters as depicted on hand plan number SJ4953/5 to permanently close to the public open space area of a proposed portion A of the remainder of F107 Chatsworth in extent of 1,982 squares as depicted on hand plan number SJ4953/5 in terms of section 212 of the Local Authorities Ordinance number 25 of 1974 read together with section 28 subsection 2E of the EThekwini Municipality's Planning and Land Use Management Bylaw of 2016 as amended. Committee recommends.
Thank you, City Manager. Only one speaker from the Democratic Alliance, Councillor D. Mie. Please raise your hand. You will then be assisted this side. Councillor Mie.
Speaker, Councillor Mia is actually in readiness to speak. He has messaged me at least 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
So if Secretariat can please assist him, thank you.
Thank you. I can confirm now that you have been unmuted.
Speaker, we expressed our support for the proposed alienation 107 Chatsworth for commercial purposes to the adjacent owner of 150. The permanent closure of this public open space is anticipated to provide significant benefits to the residents of Montfort and the surrounding community. Strong challenges in the service delivery from parks and gardens in maintaining the municipal open space concern within our community. Additionally, the absence of inadequate law enforcement to address critical issues, including those related to religious organizations and service providers, has led to an increase in problems such as rodent infestation, drug-related activities, and local prostitution. As both a resident of Montfort and a councillor representing this area, I firmly believe that endorsing this proposal will empower the new owner to maintain the site effectively and contribute positively towards alleviating many social challenges facing our community. Based on our discussions, this initiative is expected to create additional parking space for our Muslim community members who attend the mosque situated directly behind the open space. Moreover, it will enhance safety measures through improved visibility and provide well-maintained and gated access control for local service stations serving residents and neighboring areas. Supporting this proposal will address essential factors related to unemployment in the region and enable our community to benefit from this long-awaited development. While we endorse this item today, we kindly request that the considerations be made regarding the utilization of the space for parking to ensure it does not adversely affect the traffic control in the area. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Mie. Councillors, are the recommendations agreed?
Agreed.
Next item, City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Item 4.3, proposed alienation of 642 to 648 of 539, all of the farm rate refer, number 842 Tenants Park, plan number SJ, in extent of 1.2994 hectares. Committee recommends.
This is page 103, item 4.3, eh?
Yes. Yes, sir.
One speaker, Councillor R. McPherson. Councillor McPherson, please raise your hand. Councillors, are the recommendations agreed?
No, okay, you can hear me now. I was muted.
Yes, yes, you can speak.
Can you hear me now? Speaker, I would like to make an amendment. We have a proposed amendment, Speaker.
Yes.
The amendment is to add a clause that there be full public participation, which must
where we are adding that clause is an additional recommendation, or maybe
Yeah, no, it's just an additional point. The challenge that I have is, Speaker, is I've just finished a meeting with EWS, and I've just come into this meeting. I've had an emergency community meeting, which I had advised our whip of, and I've literally just tuned in 3 minutes ago, so I don't have the item in front of me. So it can be just an added. It's a very small amendment, and the amendment is just to ensure that there is full public participation with the community, with the surrounding communities, Speaker, and that is all the residents be part of the process and have an opportunity to understand the project.
Yeah, Councillor McPherson, although you are raising a very important point, but unfortunately, I'm not going to take your amendment, because if you are proposing an amendment, you have to refer us to a page and the recommendations. For example, if you are saying on 4.3.1 you are adding this sentence, or on recommendation number 1, 2, 3, 4 you are recommending that should be changed. Unfortunately, if you have not have an agenda in front of you, it will be difficult for you to make your proposed amendment. Very, very unfortunately, I'm not going to accept that. Councillors, are the recommendation agreed?
My colleague, Councillor Lindell.
I'm not checking your amendment, Councillor McPherson. Councillors, are the recommendation agreed?
Agreed.
Thank you, City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Okay. Order. Councillor Mvubu.
No. Speaker, I was saying we agree, and I also wanted to add that it is a general practice. There's public participation will form part of this process. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. We have approved the item. Next item.
No, Speaker.
Okay. DA.
We don't support this.
Okay, let's record that. City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Item 4.4, proposed granting of rights to use, control, or manage F835 farmers employed for social housing purposes in terms of Chapter 4 of the Municipal Asset Transfer Regulations. Committee recommends.
Technical team, there's a problem with my microphone and my earphones here. I'm breaking. There are instances where I can't hear me. I can't hear myself. Can you please assist me? Thank you very much. Councillor Pechte, you are the only speaker on the item. Please raise your hand. You will be unmuted.
Can you hear me, Speaker?
You are audible.
Good. I can hear, and I know your equipment is also working. Looking at this, one would have to wonder how it is that this parcel of land suddenly became a point of interest. It's a parcel of land. Before we go where it's lying, let's start with the topography of it. It's in a very skewed escarpment and an angle. So the development of it is a challenge already. Irrespective of the fact that the water runoff in the area is also already causing problems. So I don't know how you would want to do it when it is developed. You want to give it over to social housing. It's not like somebody said, I've got a plan, very much like happens in the northern suburbs, where people or organizations just go and develop parks everything, and then and I'm not going to name the place, but you almost start with the W and it goes into the glade, and then it goes on it, and it's that same type of thing. Let's go to water. It gets fed off a water reservoir that's already battling to supply the area, the high areas of this reservoir. So water is a problem. Yet they say there's not a problem with water. Then you go to ETA. ETA says there's no problem. The road can sustain it. The road at the moment is an alternative between the industrial area and the freeway. So that's the only alternative. It's already a school route. In the mornings and the afternoons, it's so congested that people stand there for half an hour plus. The roads, how the layout of the road has got blind corners. So to introduce another 100 plus vehicles into that road, it doesn't make any sense. The next thing is, and that goes back to the sport club leases, there's a very specialized sport club that at the moment occupies portion of the premises as depicted in the plan, which is the Poinsettia Pistol Club, which the range faces exactly to where the envisaged development has to go. So that means that sport club will probably also have to vacate in favor of a social development. There has been absolutely no consultation with the public whatsoever. There's been no public consultation on it. And those who have taken note of it are absolutely outraged that we want to put that, or that the municipality wants to put a cluster of social development in there. There is no similar development in the area. It's a normal residential area, and now we want to push a cluster development into it. It doesn't fit into the aesthetics of the area. It doesn't fit into the topography. It doesn't fit into the road sustainability. It's not for the water sustainability. We already got problems there with the wastewater flow into the area. The Umdoni Road pump station already cannot handle it. It's consistently overflows. As we sit now, there's overflow into the road that's been there for the last 2 months. So how we want to push another social development into this, it's absolutely mind-boggling. It's almost like somebody didn't do their homework, but somebody came with a plan and said, let's do it there. And by the time the people complain about it, I probably won't be working for the municipality anymore. There is absolutely no way whatsoever that the DA can sustain this. Not because of anything else, but it does not fit. It cannot fit. It cannot be sustained. It's not going to work. Why are we setting ourselves up for failure? Why are we antagonizing the people? Why are we upsetting the traffic? Why? The DA will not be supporting it categorically, not at all, never, ever. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Councillor Perkte. Councillors, are the recommendations agreed?
No.
Agreed. Agreed.
Right, let's record the expression by the DA.
What is the expression?
That you are not supporting the item.
Thank you.
Right, next city manager, next item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The next item is proposed alienation of Evan 645 to 652, 652 to 653, 661 to 666, 669 to 671, 677 to 679, all Wamashu P plan on number SG 3401, stroke 2006, in extent of 2.3799 hectares. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, City Manager. There are no speakers on this item. Councillors, are the recommendations agreed?
Agreed.
Next item, City Manager.
Next item is proposed 4.6, proposed lease of land for a contractor's campsite, SA 861, over part of remainder of F2369 Westville, 460 and 480 Herikwala Road, Westville, Durban, in extent of 8.1980 hectares, as depicted on plan number 4708/8. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, City Manager. No speakers on the item. All the recommendations are agreed, councillors.
Agreed, Speaker.
Great.
Thank
Agreed,
you.
Speaker.
Yeah, thank you. Last item, then we close the meeting. City Manager.
The last item.
Oh, okay. I'm told there are notices of motion. I thought maybe we'll deal with them in our last meeting. Apologies, we didn't deal with the notice of motion in the last meeting. They are part of this meeting. City Manager.
Item 4.7, application to seek authority to conduct a public participation process in terms of municipal asset transfer regulations of 2008 to grant rights to use, control or manage the proposed lease over portion 1 of the remainder 11263 Durban F957 Durban in extent of 10.463 square meters as depicted on hand plan number SJ4532/6. Committee recommends.
Thus are the recommendations agreed.
Great.
Yeah, thank you. We'll now go back to our order of procedure. I made a mistake when I was making my notes here. I thought the notice of motions were dealt with in our last meeting. I've been advised by my team that we have to deal with the notice of motion. Right, this there on page 110. I want to see the first one. Okay, yeah, I find them now. Yes, the the first notice of motion is on page 110. Is Councillor Solomon present? Councillor Solomon? Councillor Solomon, please raise your hand or confirm that you are present before we table your motion. Let's move to 111 while we are waiting for Councillor Solomon. Is Councillor B. Singh present? The proposer of the motion, page 111. Councillor B. Singh, please raise your hand and indicate that you are present. Thank you. I got the confirmation that you are present. Councillors, is the motion on page 111 agreed?
Agreed, Speaker.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Thank you very much. The motion is being supported. There's no objection. Page 112. Is Councillor Farouk present? Okay, sorry, is Mwango? Apologies for that. I just look at the second. Apologies for that. Councillors, is the notice of motion on page 112 agreed?
Agreed.
Right. There are no objection. No need to motivate. The motion is supported. Page 113. Is Councillor Cavender present?
Present, Speaker.
Yes, thank you very much. Councillors, the motion on page 113 is agreed.
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 No objection. Page 114. Is Councillor Hector present? Please raise your hand and unmute yourself.
Present, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Head. The councillors, the motion is on 114. Is the motion agreed?
Agreed.
No objection. The motion has been supported.
Thank you, Speaker.
It means the only motion that we can't deal with is Councillor Solomon's motion because he's not present.
Speaker?
Yes?
She's present now.
Councillor Solomon, are you present? Councillor Solomon? We are now moving. We can't deal with this motion. Let's move to the next item.
Raise her hand. I'm not sure if she's been
Let's move councillors to the next item, which is there are no item 14, there are no report, 15, no report. On committee decisions. It's not. Councillors, we are now on item 16, committee decisions. Are all committee decisions noted?
Noted.
Noted.
Thank you. We are on item 17, items for noting. Are all the items for noting, councillors, noted?
Noted, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, councillors. We've come to an end of our meeting, but there's one important issue that I want to close with, councillors. We are having a problem in finding a venue for for the council meeting for the end of April, as I've indicated in my announcements that council members will be informed once the matter has been resolved. IEC is hosting an Indaba. Now the venue is being used, all conference facilities are being used, but we are engaging the IEC. Council, we will be advised on what going to happen, or about the council that should sit at the end of April. I will engage the mayor, the city manager, and the CFO to check if there are urgent complaints matters. Then we'll see what we will do. With those words, councillors, thank you very much for your time.
Speaker, point of order.
Yes?
Speaker.
Who's that?
Speaker,
Yebo.
And Councillor Governor.
Yes, Mngango. Sizobona mfowethu. Mesokhuphuka seka ngoma. Councillor Governor.
Thank you, Speaker. On your last announcement, I have been chasing up this matter regarding the question of when council is sitting for April. I also reduced it in writing to your officers and for the attention of Belinda. To date, I've not received a commitment for a date, which you've just explained. My concern is that, as you know, we are expected to file our norms and Qs 10 working days before council actually sits. Now, if you still intend on going ahead with an April council meeting, considering the number of public holidays in between.
Councillor Governor, no. You're wasting our time. You're out of order. I never said we are continuing with the council meeting in April. I was explaining the frustration that I'm having in finding the venue. I said council will be informed. Let's accept that. Don't bring matters that I've not said.
No, but you did say that if there are compliance issues, you're going
No.
to
I said I will engage the city manager and the mayor. If there are complaints compliance matters, council will be advised. Just check what I've said.
Speaker.
Thank you.
Speaker.
Yes, Councillor Mchecho.
No, I think, Speaker, where you are missing Councillor Kavenda is Councillor Kavenda wants to comply in terms of the submission of notice of motion and questions. So she must be sure that the meeting...
No, Mchecho. Councillor Kavenda must wait for the Speaker to inform council members and the public on when the meeting will sit. Wait for my office to process. What I'm reporting now is a problem I'm having with the venue. Council will be advised, will be given sufficient time to comply in submitting